Good evening, everyone. My name is Tanya, and today I'm going to talk about Germany's culture, traditions, and also later I'll be talking about language and culture in translation. So, in this slide, I'm going to talk about Germany's culture. The people, language, and traditions are what make the German culture unique. It has had a key role in the history of Europe, and not only English speakers call it Germany, Germans themselves call it Deutschland. Germany is known as the country of poets and thinkers. Germany culture has been influenced and shaped throughout Germany's rich history, once as an important part of the Holy Roman Empire and later on as one of the most stable economies in the world. So now we will talk about language. Over 95% of the residents of Germany speak the German language. Because of the high number of immigration, there are also languages spoken by a sizable number of communities such as Turkish, Kurdish, Russian, Greek, Albanian, Polish, etc. Next, we talk about clothing. Each region of the country have their own traditional costumes which differ a bit from one another. For example, in the state of Bavaria, the traditional costume for men is leather trousers that end just above the knee, while for women it is a dress that incorporates a bodice, blouse, full skirt, and an apron. Next is religion. In Germany, a percentage of 65 to 70% of people recognize themselves as Christians, 29% of which as Catholics. There is also a Muslim minority of 4.4%. A number as high as 36% do not identify themselves as having any religion or belong to another than Christianity or Muslims. Then we talk about funerals in Germany. The funeral lasts 3 to 4 days after the death of the person. Relatives and friends visit the family members of the dead. A priest and ministrants wearing black and violet robes take part in the first day of the funeral. Before the burial, the coffin is taken to the church where the priest says the requiem and sprinkles the coffin with holy water. Then the bells toll and mourners take the coffin to the cemetery where they place it on the grave. After the short speech and prayers by the priest, the loved ones of the dead say their last goodbye and cover the coffin with soil. Next, we talk about Germany religious affiliation. Uh, in 2015, only 29.0% people were following Roman Catholicism. 37.7% people were belonging to other categories. 27.0% people were Protestants. 4.4% were Muslims, and only 1.9% people were Orthodox Christians. So now we talk about language and culture in translation. There are roughly 6,500 languages that are spoken in the world. Communication between people speaking different languages is impossible unless the language barrier is completely overcome in some way. Translation is done to make it easier to communicate with someone who speaks a different language. Cultural factor plays a vital role in the process of translation. No communication is possible if the message transmitted by the speaker is not clear or well understood. People belonging to same linguistic community share same type of culture, traditions, habits, ways of doing and saying things. They have much common knowledge about their country, its geography, history, climate, its political, social, and cultural institutions, morals, taboos, and many other things. While translating a text, a translator needs to be aware about the culture and tradition which is followed in the country or region where the language is most spoken. Translating a play, the translator must bear in mind the requirements of theatrical presentation, and dubbing a film, he must see to it that his translation fits the movement of the speaker's lips. He may be called upon to make his translation in the shortest possible time at an official lunch or against the background noise of loud voices or rattling typewriters, which is not possible because A good translator needs time to translate a text. Also, in conference interpretation, the translator is expected to keep pace with the fastest speaker to understand all kinds of foreign accents and defective pronunciation.